Welcome back to Ride JBI. This is JB. Today we finished a suspension revalve on this 2023 Honda CRF250R Showa suspension. The Showa 49mm twin chamber spring forks, which these are the generation 3 of this fork. The first gen came out in 2017 on the Honda CRF450R. And then the second gen came out in 2019. And then the third generation of this fork came out in 2021. These forks were revalved to what we call the JBI suspension, Honda CRF Pro Fork Revalve. What that is, it's JBI revalving and modifying the internals of the fork while also changing out additional hard parts inside of the fork. We feel that the hard parts that we change out in addition to our revalve further improve the performance of these forks compared to being left with only utilizing the stock components and hardware that's in there. These are parts that we developed, tested, tuned, and modified since 2017, meaning when these forks first came out. Ride JBI has a lot of time with these Showa 49mm twin chamber forks, and we are very pleased with these settings that we have developed over the years. RideJBI.com has a complete product page on this fork setup that details all of the hardware that we install in there, why we use it, what you can expect it to do, and what you can expect to feel as a rider. We like to be very transparent with our customers about the suspension work that we do, how we do it, how we got there, and again, most importantly, what to expect as a rider. The Showa shock was also revalved to our matching JBI suspension motocross spec. The JBI suspension black bumper was also utilized in this build. It replaces the stock bumpers. Ours is the same PUR foam material, but it has a small additive of black rubber, which gives the bumper this black color in appearance, but also helps seal the bumper and make it less susceptible to absorbing moisture. And it keeps the bumper keeping its nice, soft, cushy feeling even after lots of sun exposure and exposure to the weather. Whereas the stock bumpers, the foam tends to yellow and get hard. Ride JBI has tested, tuned, and developed suspension settings for all the various types of off-road riding. And again, for motocross, for which you're seeing right here. And we also developed settings for supercross, arena cross, and freestyle motocross. Now, the stock settings on the Honda, specifically the forks, have certainly left a lot to be desired, pretty much on all of the stock models. So the components and the potential in these forks is very high, but I totally understand when people ride the stock Hondas and they're wanting more out of the suspension, especially the front forks. At Ride JBI, I look more at the components that we have, the potential that's there, instead of just grading a bike on its stock performance. However, we understand that a lot of people are limited, or their experiences are limited to only riding the stock bike. At Ride JBI, it's been very beneficial for us to be able to test, tune, and ride the Honda CRF for many, many years. Even before the 2017 generation, we've been working on Hondas, but it's given us the ability to really tag along with Honda and watch them as they develop their bike from the different generations and see what they do to the suspension, the chassis, and the engine, and watch them as they develop it. And then also us as suspension tuners go along with them as we help further improve and develop their suspension settings. The main focus of our JBI suspension Pro Fork Revalve on the Hondas which is also available as a do-it-yourself kit, meaning instead of sending your complete forks into Ride JBI, you can just purchase a kit from us and you will get a DIY Revalve kit that has custom built and set up specifically to you, just as if you sent in your forks to Ride JBI. So that's another way that we can help reach people that like to do some of their own work, or if they have a local tuner that they want to use, but they want to utilize JBI suspension technology. Again, I'll have those links below in the in the video description. If you'd like Ride JBI to do your suspension, please give us a call or send us an email. We can discuss the year, make, model bike that you have, which options are available, and based on that, which of those would be most advantageous for you. All JBI suspension services and parts can be found at ridejbi.com.